podcast, Everything Ottawa Senators and Beyond is here. Here are your hosts, Raph and Peter.
Yes, that's right, and welcome to another episode of the No Timers podcast presented by DraftKings. And this is episode 12. Peter, welcome. How are you today?
Doing great.
And
Ready for another great episode. Let's do it.
yes, and I know I say this every episode, but my name's Raph. He's Peter. and we are presented by the Hockey Podcast Network. So once again, thank you to them. And let's get her going here, Pete. We are officially on postseason watch. It's over pretty much. There's one day left technically today because we're recording this on the Tuesday. So the Sens play Boston tonight. But season's over, whatever happens. The only thing I guess that could happen tonight is the Sens. If the Sens lose and the Habs win, we drop below the Habs, so that betters our percentage for the draft.
Yep.
In the summer.
I thought I read somewhere. I didn't check the standings, but I think also if Arizona wins, do we drop even further? Maybe I'm mistaken. I know for sure. Yeah, if Montreal wins, Sens lose. So if you're all aboard the tank, let's hope that happens. And I'm not sure who Montreal's playing, but I mean
they're playing Detroit. So they played Detroit last night, and they're playing Detroit tonight. So we need Detroit to lose. So we need the Habs to win, basically, and we need the Capitals to win, so that the Capitals actually, or even, bro, that wild card spot at the final wild card spot. It's gonna go down today because today's the last day. So today is when everything's gonna be. Yeah. So
I mean, even if Detroit wins, even if Detroit wins, if Washington gets a win today as well, they get they get in because they have the tiebreaker for regulation wins.
They have 31 regulation wins versus 27. Yeah, that's true. So Washington's got to win. The Habs got to win. If Washington and Detroit loses and Philadelphia wins, then Philly's in because of regulation wins as well. Tiebreaker, and points. Actually, no, because no. Even
Pittsburgh's got a chance.
Yeah. If Pittsburgh wins, they're in as well. So it's gonna be an exciting last day of the season today.
Let me check. Yeah. So, but yes, if Montreal wins and Arizona wins and Ottawa loses, then Ottawa improves their lottery chances by 2 places.
Okay, there you go.
So it all depends where one's allegiances lies. Are you all aboard the tank? Do you not want to see Detroit get in the playoffs?
Can we have a little bit of everything? Because
it's possible. It's possible. You need Washington to win. Number one. I think if Washington wins, then you don't have to worry about the whole Habs Detroit thing.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's gonna be gonna be interesting.
So go Ovi. Maybe I do have an Ovi T-shirt. Maybe I gotta wear that today. Or I'll wear it after if they win.
So is today the last? Let me just check. Today's last day or tomorrow? Oh, okay. Well, there's still games until Thursday. So, okay, so today's not technically the last day, but if the Red Wings lose, they're out for sure. Because Red Wings, they're playing their last game of the season.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're playing their last game of the season today. The Capitals. Oh my God, the Capitals play the Flyers today. So whoever wins. So if Detroit loses. And whoever wins the Capitals Flyer games will guarantee, unless Pittsburgh wins, and Pittsburgh plays tomorrow. Let me see that. And Pittsburgh plays tomorrow, so Pittsburgh plays the Islanders tomorrow. So tomorrow is when everything will be decided. Yeah. That's and then Thursday, nothing. So tomorrow is technically the day that everything could be
Wait,
decided, unless
you said the
Washington wins.
You said Caps and Flyers is tomorrow.
Tonight. It's tonight.
Oh, tonight. So it
So if
could
the Caps,
potentially be.
if the
Yeah,
Caps win, it's over. Yeah.
that's it. So they control their fate, as they say.
They do. Because for them to rely on Pittsburgh or whatever, Detroit would have to lose. And if the Caps ended up losing, then the Pittsburgh would have to lose as well. But if the Caps win, then
Yeah.
they're in. So Caps win and they're in. Wow, it should be interesting. So cheer for the Caps, cheers for the Habs, and for tonight, and that's it. And then
cheer for the Coyotes, which I guess
and
even
cheer
though
for the
we're not
Bruins.
a Coyote, I guess we're not a Coyotes podcast, but man, they're it's all pretty much they just got to announce it. But yeah, moving to Salt Lake City.
Yeah. Oh well, the Coyotes play the Oilers tomorrow, so yeah, we'll see. They'll probably end up losing, but I don't know. Yeah, I feel bad for those guys in Arizona though, because they were hung out to dry by that announcement.
Yeah.
So
sure. Like,
yeah, I feel bad for them.
I've always been pretty vocal about like not understanding why the league has tried so hard to make Arizona work.
Yeah.
But I with my what I hope is maturity, and dealing with the ownership crap that came with the Sens with Melnick. I mean, you do kind of feel for Coyotes fans with that ownership group, all the various ones, just that they failed that city, that state, all the fans there.
Yeah. Unfortunate for them, it's what's that, twice now that they get, because once they moved from Phoenix to Tempe, but I think before that they had a whole thing going on too where they weren't in the league for a while. Yeah. Oh well. And it seems like Salt Lake City is going to start next year already. So next season they're going to be up there in Utah. Nobody knows what the team name is going to be yet, but yeah. Anywho, let's talk some Senators, and let's talk last week.
So this time your prediction was correct, if I remember. You said they'd go 2-1. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Lost to Florida again, of course.
Yeah, but it wasn't nearly as bad as that. Was it 6-0 loss?
Yeah.
So still sucks that they got shut out.
Yeah. When I was putting the scores in today, I didn't remember that we beat Tampa, so I was pleasantly surprised, and I had to go recheck because I was like, "Did we beat Tampa?" Yeah, I guess we did, and then we beat Habs in the shootout. So Tampa and Habs in shootout wins, so that was good. Sens are, I think they're 4-0 or 5-0 in shootouts now. So every time we've gone to a shootout this year, we've won.
It was 5-0.
Yeah. And then we'll quickly jump ahead to this week, I guess. So we had a game last night, which we got shut out again by the what is April 4/15? I don't even know what that is. Hold on. See, I do these things quickly and then I mess them up and I don't double check. So, but anyway, yeah. So shutout loss last night to the Rangers for nothing L. And then tonight against Boston, last game of the season. What are you thinking? Probably a loss, but hopefully we don't get shut out.
I think it'll be a loss. Yeah, I hope they don't get shut out. I don't think they will. But yeah. As I said before, hope they keep it close. I mean, even like, yeah, it was 4-0.
Yeah,
Uh, but
it was one
it
nothing.
wasn't like a yeah. It was I wouldn't say it was like a 4-0 where they were just like completely outclassed. Like you could still tell like the Rangers were the much better team.
Yeah,
Um, but it's not like Ottawa just kind of just like you know laid down and you know let them
yeah,
go. You know they tried. You know Shesterkin's a very good goalie.
yeah,
Yeah, that team's just built very well. And
yeah.
there was
This
a couple bad turnovers. And, you know it
to
happened.
be honest, I didn't even watch the game because I already,
Yeah,
But
I watched the first. I watched the first period.
yeah,
So I only saw that first goal live, which combination just bad turnover by I think it was Zub. So it created like a 2-0, and then
no, yeah,
I mean
okay,
I guess Corpatella could have slid across a little quicker. I don't know, but it's still
maybe,
a 2-0. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
yeah. I don't know. I didn't see it. All I know is that it was 1-0 till like the third, I think, and then after that, they got 3 more goals or something like that. Yeah. Tonight against
Uh,
Boston,
yeah,
me, I'm hoping for like a 3-2 loss or like a 3-1 loss or something like that. As long as we take the L, improve our lottery odds, I guess. And yeah,
yeah. Let's just say,
there's
yeah.
no
I'll
point in
say
winning now. So
let's not have a goal. Yeah, let's not have a goal differential greater than 2, and hopefully they score 1.
yeah,
Ottawa.
yeah, yeah,
But let's do that.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no point. No, I know like everybody wants to win and whatnot, but there's no point in winning anymore. If we
Yep.
can, get better draft pick in the summer, then yeah, let's go for that. And then another storyline from this season, which has sort of been good as Sens fans, is this. Brady
Oh yeah.
Kachuk has a new career high 37 goals. If he manages to get 3 tonight somehow, he'll go to 40. But he's already at 37, which is a career high for him. So I'm happy for him. His previous
Nice.
high was 35. So yeah, he's 2 above his previous career high, which is 35. So stepping up slowly. Hopefully next year, Brady can get 40 goals. Timmy can step up his game and get 35, 40 again. Last year, Timmy had 39.
Yeah, but
Drake Batherson, 35 to 40 maybe, and then whatever happens to Josh Norris, I don't know what's
yeah,
going to be of
then
him. We have to wait. So
I don't
yeah,
have stats for him, but didn't like Timmy. I know a lot of people look at his goals and they dropped off this season. Um, but haven't his assists been like
yeah,
a lot higher?
yeah. Timmy
This
has
season,
53 assists this year.
yeah,
He leads
because
the
he's still
team
like
in assists,
pretty close to a point per game player. Like if I
point a
remember
game.
correctly.
Yeah. Let me just double check
So,
him. Tim
but
Stutzla has
there's the big,
70 points,
yeah,
and Brady has 73. So yeah, they're close-ish to point a
yeah.
game.
The reason I just bring it up is like next season I hope he can just like gel the two together and just
Mm-hmm.
become a point machine like a McDavid. Well, maybe not all the way to McDavid, but
Yeah,
really
yeah,
really show like he's a very well-rounded player offensively at least. Defensively, yeah, there's still work there, but he's young. Hopefully,
yeah,
with the new coach, we can take that next step on that end.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, well, Drake and Giroux, 65 and 64 points respectively.
Yep.
So yeah, not bad. And Timmy has missed the last 5 games, so he's been out with injury, and I don't think he's playing tonight either. So just rehab whatever's going on there. And
Yeah, like the top 6 is fairly solid.
yeah,
It's just yeah, we got the depth's got to be there. Defense,
yeah, Even Pinto, he's got 27 points in 40 games. If you let's just do quick maths here, do some hockey maths. Get Brady out of here. So he's got 27 points, 40 games. So let's just double that. The times 2, bum. Of course. Times 2. Yeah. So he beat almost at a 60 point pace in a 82 game regular season. He's at a 54 point pace right now. Pace if he played the whole season, which again, it's not horrible for a second or third line center. But if we had Pinto since the start of the season, I believe we'd be a little bit higher in the standings. Maybe we'd still be eliminated, but we'd be like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 points out instead of whatever we are now. So, and Josh Norris has also been out. So,
exactly.
Yeah, Shabbat's been out for a bunch of games, 30 games as well. Oh, he only played 50 games, yeah. Who else important has been out for a bunch of games? Yeah. Timmy has been out for 5. Norris, obviously, for 30. Shabbat has missed 30 games this season. That's crazy if you think about it. And then Pinto obviously missed half the season. Zub has played 68. Yeah. So if we need at least, I think we're gonna have 1, 2, not even Brady. Brady missed 1. 1, 2, 3. 3 guys on the roster who are gonna play 82 games this year. Drake, Giroux, and Chikrin miraculously. I think that this is his first full season that he hasn't been injured.
Yeah.
So
that's
good.
I was listening to Coming in Hot. They were saying they were talking about him a bit, where at least for this season, he's kind of beaten that that thought everyone had, where he's very injury prone. So that's good to see. You're saying, I think they're alluding to he incorporated some yoga in his training to help him.
No, that's
get more
good.
durable.
That's good.
So good for him.
Yeah.
I still kind of hold the opinion where the Suns should trade him, but that's more because his contract's easier to move.
Yeah, exactly.
I am part of the camp that thinks either Chikrin or Shabbat needs to get moved for some better, for like you've been saying, a right D, stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some, who knows, maybe some picks just to try to get some prospects back in the pool.
Yeah.
But,
I think one of those have to go.
Yeah, I think just because of the contract difference, I think Chikrin is the way to go. But I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll know soon enough. Off season's coming up in after today for us. So and then things can start happening. I'm just looking at the goalie stats here. Yeah. Somehow, Forsberg has a winning record. He's at 14, 12, and 0. So he has a winning record, but his save percentage is 886, which is horrible, and a 3.30 goals against. And then Corpusalo is as of now 21, 26, and 4. 327 goals against, and an 890 save percentage, which is, I think, just below league average. So, not ideal, but anyway, whatever. Well, a little bit further into this episode, we'll talk about a little recap of the season, and then we'll make our thoughts known on there. But like honestly, right now, like we were mentioning at the beginning here, the best thing for us to do is to lose tonight, hope the Canadians win, and then that Arizona wins tomorrow. So our chances, we can drop down a couple places and probably won't get first, but hope maybe even a top 5 pick would be ideal. So we'll see.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's at this point there isn't really much else to talk about Sens wise, unless we can go straight into this then. But before we do that, here is a word from our sponsors.
We know hockey games move fast. But with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, you can score faster than anything happening on the ice. This week, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. For example, Ottawa versus Boston Bruins on the money line. Ottawa is at plus 185, while Boston is at minus 225. Do you want to bet on playoffs? With DraftKings Sportsbook, it's the easiest and best way to do it. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app with code THPN. New customers bet just $5 on the NHL and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code THPN. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK or text HOPE New York 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. cdkng.com/hockey for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. NHL and the NHL Shield are registered trademarks of the National Hockey League.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's give our recap of the 23-24 season. And I am going back here in the schedule just so we can sort of talk about what happened from October until now. Peter, I want to just mention, I know you probably didn't do this. I didn't do it either, so it's something we could just come up on the spot. But in your mind, I'll give you a little bit of time to think about it. But top 5 moments from the Sens season this year. I'll give you a little bit of time to think about it while I talk about the schedule and things that happened during the year. All right?
Okay. All right.
So while you think about that, let's start over. So I'm here in October. We started well with we started when? Okay, here we go. Was this the first game? Okay, first game was against the Hurricanes on the 11th, so we lost that. And then we went 1, 2, 3. So we had 1, 2, 3 wins, 3 losses, 4 wins, 4 losses. So October we went 4-4. Not ideal to start. And then November we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4. November we went 4-5. I'm not counting OT losses. I'm just saying wins and losses. So 4-5 in November. December we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 wins versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ugh. So 6 and 9 in December. Yeah, this is where things started to go downhill, right? Yeah. And then January, we had the back half of that. Not really the back half, just we had a 6-game losing streak from the West road trip. So in January we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 and 8. Is that right? 6 and 8 in January. And then February we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 5 in February, wins and losses. March, another 5-game losing streak out west, where we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We went 8 and 8 in March. And then in April, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 wins in April, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if we lose tonight, 6. So 3 and 5 so far, and probably 3 and 6 counting tonight. Yeah, we didn't have any months where we were over 500. Our closest, I think, was that 8 and 8 or 6, whatever it was. I think in March or February. Yeah, March, where we had the 5-6 game winning streak there. Yeah, so that's not good. That's not good for a hockey club that wants to be competitive and that wants to be playoff bound. That's not good at all. And again, like I said, I'm not counting overtime losses, just straight up counting wins and losses here. And then overtime losses are counted into losses, right? Yeah, if we want to be competitive, this has to change 100%. We cannot have a losing record every month. And then one interesting stat that I saw, I don't know if you saw this, Pete, is that the Senators have led in April for a total of 1 minute. 1 minute we have won the game in April. That is insane.
3 and 5 or something like that.
Yeah. I think that
you have the 2 shootout wins last week.
Yeah, so, and I think that 1 minute was against was it the Habs? It was either the Habs or Washington that we led for like a minute, and then they scored right away. So it's not good. That's not good at all. We've been I have it here actually. Yeah, somebody posted it on Twitter.
It's
today.
It's a very Ottawa thing, because even before like April, I remember watching games. Sens would get a lead, and then right away, the opposed team would like score, and then it just didn't mean anything. Like it's hard to say why that is. Why it happens seems to happen so frequently. Obviously, part of it's goaltending, but yeah. I don't know.
Like the amount of times that we got a goal, and then the other team scored while they were announcing our goal.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Yeah, it just can't happen next year. It cannot happen. We need to find out. They have to figure it out over the off season, and once training camp starts, be like, okay, why was this happening? What can we change? Hopefully, with the new coaching staff that comes in, they will fix that and make sure that we don't, as soon as we score a goal, we don't open up and be like, here you go, guys. Here's the, red carpet straight to our net for you guys to score. So,
yeah,
a lot has to change for the next season for us to be even close to thinking about postseason. Okay, I gave you some time. Did you think about your 5 moments? They could be good or bad. Let's hear them.
I know I've got 4. I'll have to just figure out a 5th one as I go. But number 1, I'll start positive. The home opener. I mean, we went to that game live.
Yes.
Crowd was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was if I remember correctly, it was a 5-2 win against Philly. So
Yep.
Also got the dub, which was nice.
Yeah,
Briefly
we still
met
had hope.
Lauer, shook his hand, which was nice.
That's true.
And there, just back to a time when there was still hope for the season, and everything was looking good.
Yeah. Okay.
So that would be number one. Number two,
Number one.
I'll it's a positive, but it's a dark positive, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
No, screw it. No, it's a positive. The firing of
Okay.
DJ.
Oh yeah, that's a positive. Yeah.
It took too long, but at least it's finally done. And now the team can move forward, find a new head coach, and hopefully get this team back on track. I mean,
There it is.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
I forgot you took
there's us. Yeah, there's us with Andlauer at the home opener. Good times. All right,
Yeah.
go on.
We absolutely have no pull. Andlauer is just a great owner. He stuck around after the game. People were lining up to just chat with him real quick. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
But yeah. Anyways, talk about DJ and his
DJ,
firing.
yeah.
Number three. I'm trying to do this in chronological order, even though I jumped to DJ because I think DJ was still the coach at this point. But number three, Timmy's walk-off OT winner against Detroit.
Yeah.
That was
in
great.
Sweden. Very nice. Yeah.
In Sweden. So that was three. Number four, it's got to be the Ridley slapper in the empty net.
Yes.
It's just funny. I mean, with the season the way it is, you'll take these small, pretty much useless wins, but take it.
Yeah.
And now I gotta think of number five. Maybe I'll keep thinking. Maybe if you've got a list, you can start going off.
Sure. Okay. Well, some of mine are the same as yours. So number one, obviously, I think I'll start in the off season. I thought it was good, but it turned out being bad in the end. But the signing of Korpisalo at the time, I thought it was a good thing because I was like, we finally got a goalie who.
Yeah, that was the same way.
Yeah, we finally got a goalie who can produce, who can, have a good stats in the offseason, who has experience. But anyway, that turned out being bad. So I guess that's number one. Number two, yeah, home opener was epic. We were there. We met Andlauer. I'm not going to put the picture up again, but it's there for if you want to go back and look at it for our YouTube guys or Spotify. If you want to see the picture, head over to YouTube. Or even Apple or wherever you're listening. Thank you. Yeah, number two, home opener meeting Andlauer. That was cool. That was a moment that I won't forget. I was very happy meeting him. Briefly talking to him there, just happy to have an owner that actually seems like he cares for the team and, isn't in it just for the money because the guy is already loaded. So number two is that. Number three, I think the Timmy thing is up there. That, that's the nicest goal of the season for the Sens this year. But I think that Sweden trip, as much as we dread the Sweden trip every time we go, we won both games. So, we had a positive chip on our shoulder. So Sweden trip number three.
Whip.
And then in parentheses, the Timmy goal as well. Epic. Mm-hmm. Numero cuatro, number four. Obviously firing DJ. And screaming screaming at the top of my lungs, fired DJ at the CTC.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was part of that crowd. And
No
I have
shame.
no regrets, no shame.
Nope.
Number five, I guess, in my view, although we didn't make playoffs or anything of that sort, we did see improvement in some players. For example, Brady hitting a new career high. Jake Sanderson, is evolving right in front of our eyes. Chikrin, full season, healthy. Giroux, being the cloud father that he is to everybody. So I guess number 5 would be player growth. Although we didn't, achieve what we wanted to, but that's something that I've noticed this year with a couple players. And and I guess if you want to even say number 6, now it's 9 games, but beating the Habs 4 times this year. So there you go.
Actually, yeah. You know what? I was thinking about that, but I'll leave my number 5 here. It was great. It was great to see Jacques behind the bench again for the Sens, even as an interim.
And Alfie
but
too.
To be more specific, just to likely be his last head coaching gig to get that win against the Habs on home ice. That was just nice.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that actually.
At number 5.
Yeah. So number 7, Jacques and Alfie.
Oh man, you got
definitely. I got like a top 10. Yeah, I got 10 if I really wanted to.
Keep going.
Well, yeah, 7, Jacques and Alfie.
Maybe my memory's just not as good. Yeah.
Let's see. Is there an 8? I'm trying to think if there's an 8. I don't know. Well, we'll say 7. If I think of anything before we finish, I'll say it. If not, that's good.
How about this? Since you mentioned Korpisalo at the beginning, what about your old boy Tarasenko?
I miss Vladdy,
for that very brief moment.
Yeah.
I
like Vladdy.
Yeah.
He was a good signing. That was a good signing too.
Yeah. It's one of those situations where it was a good signing. There were just other factors outside of it that in the end it just didn't fit, and he was the best trade piece, unfortunately.
Yeah. He was here for what, the half season-ish until trade deadline. Yeah, he was good for us. He was a good guy for us off the ice as well. He was very helpful to the community. He was very well liked, au contraire to what we heard about him from outside people. So yeah, Vladimir Tarasenko, 100% on that list. So he's there, top 10. I did buy his jersey at the home opener, so
yeah.
There's still a glimmer of hope that he'll come back in the summer, but we never know. So yeah, so I have 8. If I think of 2 more, I'll say it, but right now, no. I guess if we want to really go that far, number 9.
Yeah.
Is it Cruikshank Cruikshank and Ostapchuk? I've been happy with what they've done up here so far.
Yeah.
They've demonstrated that they can be NHL players. That I think they're ready to take the next step next year. So hopefully they earn a spot. We're straight out of camp next year, and they start the year with us. Excuse me. I like those two. Those 2 guys were solid for us this year. And number 10, there you go. I actually have 10. The 4th line has actually surprised me, not the whole year, but recently. They've been very solid recently. Not so much Kastelik, but Kelly Kachuk, that waiver pickup.
Yeah, exactly. That was
and then
pretty solid
that was sneaky good on Stalespert, because although he doesn't produce much, Boris Kachuk, he's been impactful, so he has helped our 4th line produce points and make guys work, which is nice. So hopefully he gets extended here, maybe for another year or so. I liked him; he was good. And Kachuk was a great pickup from the trade deadline, because that's literally, besides the Tarasenko trade, that's the only thing we did was pick up Kachuk. So yeah, there you go. There's my top 10. If I could go on if I really wanted to, but I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, when we do this next year at this time, we'll be like number 1, making the playoffs.
Making the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I can't wait to find out who our coach is going to be, so we can finally start focusing on that and not having to worry about who's it going to be? Is it going to be Jacques? Is it going to be whoever? So we know it won't be Jacques, but whoever it is, hopefully it's a good fit, and he will take us that one step further, which is playoffs. And speaking of coaches, you saw that Buffalo, they fired their coach today, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And there
So
was
Granado or whatever, he's fired.
Yeah, there was a stat, like during their, I think it's a 13-year playoff drought, they've had 8 head coaches. I think
Since 2011, so do the math on that. Yeah, for 13 years. Yeah.
So
I don't want to become a Buffalo, please.
Yeah, exactly. That is always, it's still in the back of my mind. Just it's like, oh, please, Ottawa, don't be Buffalo. Like hopefully they can get out of it. So
yeah. We mentioned last week we were talking about Jeff Skinner because he's played 1,000 games, all of them with Buffalo, and he hasn't seen a single playoff game. So
yeah,
never played in his playoff series in his career.
Shoot, I'm surprised he hasn't asked for a trade. Like,
yeah, I know. Surprised he didn't pull a Jack Eichel or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Eichel did, and then he went to win the Cup with Vegas.
Yeah.
So. Oh, speaking of Vegas,
I think we just had the same thought.
Guess who's off LTIR?
Oh,
well, not off LTIR yet, but he will be very shortly. As soon as the playoffs start.
He's back in practice.
He's practicing. Oh, Mark Stone every year, Vegas. Oh my god.
I mean, we were texting each other about it. I guess to elaborate, like, I definitely believe, it was legitimate injury. He had to go on LTIR. The biggest surprise is that he's back so quick, and then that just compounds to like, man, Vegas, you are not helping.
No,
your image. Although they probably don't even care. They probably enjoy it. They like being the villains.
Oh, they don't care.
Yeah.
No, they don't care. Where's here? I'll show you. I'll show you the post they made about it. It was funny, but I was like, bro, you guys are like, what spleen? What is it? Ruptured spleen or something that he had?
Ruptured spleen. Yeah.
Like what? Anyway, here I'll show you. I'll show you this, and whoever's on YouTube can see it as well.
I guess whoever.
Look at that.
Yeah. I guess whoever runs like the Vegas' like medical team, they must have some miracle workers, or they're just like pumping him with freaking steroids or something to make him heal faster. So it's like, you gotta get ready for the playoffs. Take all these like crazy substances to get you going. I don't know.
It's something, joking. Man. Something's weird. Something's not right there.
I mean, he's probably like he's probably like gonna be like bionic, man. They probably implanted some cybernetics in him or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
become like a super soldier.
I don't think Mark Stone is human. There you go. He's a robot. And then they do it every year.
Yeah. It must explain why he's so good at stealing pucks. I don't know.
Yeah. He's got like that AI vision. He can just see it and then he calculates it perfectly,
Yeah.
I miss Stone in Ottawa, but that every year him being injured right at about that same time and then miraculously coming back just before playoffs is that's sus, man. That's sus.
I also saw the post. It was on Reddit, and I'm pretty sure they were just grabbing something from Twitter. But it's like it's like a GIF of a guy in a wheelchair. It's from wrestling, and it looks like he's got like a cast on his leg. Then he pulls the blanket off, and it's fake, and he just walks up. It's like Mark Stone every time around this year.
Every time.
And apparently, they've been sharing that same post like every year.
Exactly, every year. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it is about Vegas and Stone, but it's working for them. As long as they don't win another cup, I'm happy. So.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
because the West is all figured out by now, right? Who would Vegas play?
I don't know if it's 100% figured out.
Yeah, I know everyone's clinched, but yeah.
Yeah, they're all clinched, but I don't think they know the order yet of who's going to play who. So, but playoff format. No, that's not
West. Oh yeah, Vegas could still potentially get third in the Pacific. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, so we'll know. We'll know by Thursday. We'll know everything.
So Vegas will either play if they can get in front of the Kings. They'll play Edmonton in the first round, or otherwise they're going up against Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
And Vancouver. Oh, Vancouver's set. Edmonton's set. They can't change. The only. So Winnipeg and Colorado could flip still, because Colorado has 106. Sorry, Jets have 106. Avalanche have 105. So they can still. Yeah, so nothing's really set in stone in the West yet. So we'll know by end of the day Thursday. So yeah.
Yep.
Anywho, doesn't involve us, unfortunately. Again. But yeah. Not gonna go down that road again. Wait till next year now.
No more U-turns. Just
no more U-turns. Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, so I guess we talked really about everything that we need to talk about for this season and for this episode. So this is our last regular season episode. We're gonna maybe talk about doing some playoff stuff. Might not be every week, but we'll figure something out and then we'll let you guys know. But for now, this is the last episode for this season. So once again, thank you to everybody who's been watching, listening, following, and subscribing. You guys are awesome. Once again, thank you to our partner, the Hockey Podcast Network and DraftKings for the sponsor. And, next season, we hope to be bigger and better than ever. This is our first year, so we're still slowly learning the ways of the podcast world. But next year will be better. And, that being said, I would like to thank you guys once again for a great season of hockey and of fun times. And as always, Peter, if you have anything to say before we close out our episode today?
I just thought of something. The season's coming to the end. It's even though he was long gone at the beginning of the season, it is fully officially the end of the Pierre Dorian era, I guess. Mm-hmm. So, to quote him, we're a team.
We are.
But now that he's gone, the hope is they'll be a good team, a winning team. So
that is the hope.
Just gotta keep having that blind hope and faith in your team as a fan. So I'll just end at that. But yeah, I'll say thank you to all listeners, sponsors that hopped on. Thanks for supporting us. So yeah, on to bigger things. be fun to talk playoffs for a bit, however we do that, and then bigger things next year.
Yeah, exactly. Perfectly. And we, like I said, we might not be doing weekly episodes on playoffs, but we will do episodes or maybe even lives depending on how things are when Sens events happen. So like signing or a coach hiring or something like that. We'll be here to talk about it with you guys. All right. So thank you once again for a great season. And as always, go Sens go.
That was the No Timers podcast. Make sure to stay tuned every week for a new episode. Thanks for listening.